Hello everyone, welcome back to Learning Through Talavar Way channel. So, in this lecture, we will be dealing with emotional intelligence. So, this unit in particular, again, as I say regularly, plays a vital role in GS4 ethics paper of UPSC CSE mains, and it also helps in our day-to-day life, and that's what we do. Emotion, it happens in our day-to-day life. So in this lecture, in this unit in particular, we'll be dealing with entirely about emotional intelligence particularly. So let's get into this lecture. So in this lecture, we'll be dealing with what is emotion and what are the distinct components of emotion, different types of emotion, functions of emotions, and finally emotions versus feelings and emotions versus mood. So these are the things we will be dealing with in this lecture. So starting with what is emotion and the distinctive components of emotion. See, emotions are often based as strong feelings which can be either positive or negative and can be directed at someone or something like happiness, sadness, fear, disgust, wrath, surprise. It can keep on going. It can keep on going. So, so, emotion is something which we express in our daily life. See, when we get good rank in school exams or in college exams, we express happiness. But if we fail or get higher in our exams, we express our sadness. Those are the emotions which we show in our daily life. Like when we are traveling by road, by a automobile vehicle, be it car, bike, or whatever it may be. So when someone comes on our way, we get a sense of anger. We show the emotion of anger and wanted to scold him or her. So that is something emotion which we see in the daily life. Now, what are the distinct components of emotion? See, subjective experience. See, it can be like a person's unique emotional experience. Like it is only inside that person, and it's not shown outside so easily. Like example, anger. Like it can be like with a dissatisfaction. I mean, anger can be with a slight dissatisfaction to heavy revenge. So that is something subjective experience speaks about. It stays only within you and does not come outside. Next one is physiological response. Like it often re- refers to the body's reaction to the emotion, like ranging from sweating to increased heartbeat. Like for example, blood pressure rises when we are in anger. So it happens again within our body. That is something physiological response shows about. Next is behavioral response. See, it is the actual expression of emotion. Like it shows this behavioral response is something which we show outside. Like for example, when a mother sees her newborn child, she expresses her happiness with teary eyes. And when we get good marks in exam, we express our happiness by enjoy with a smile. So that is something the behavioral response speaks about. Moving on with next, the types of emotion: primary and secondary emotion. See, primary emotions are the first to express, I mean, they are the first to express and are distinct and direct emotional response to situation. See, and secondary emotions, these are emotional responses to primary emotion. See, how we can differentiate here is, see, when someone says bad about us, Okay, we get angry and wanted to slap him. That is the primary emotion. That anger is the primary emotion. The secondary emotion, these are emotional responses to primary emotions. But we suddenly think that it's of no use of harming him. So we refrain from slapping him. So our anger comes down. That is emotional response to primary emotion. Next one is positive and negative emotion. See, emotions which show pleasurable experience are positive emotions like love, joy, happiness. They all give us a pleasurable happiness in our life. Negative emotions like which do not give a pleasurable experience to an individual are negative emotions like sadness, anger, distress. These things all are negative emotions. Moving on with the functions of emotions, motivation and action. It's nothing but an action which urges for emotion and help us to react in certain situations like compassion. See, when we do something, when we help a needy, when a person comes and helps us, we tend to help them. So that's a way of showing compassion. Like we urge for that emotion and help us react to certain situations. And guilt is another example for that motivation and actions. That like when we do something wrong, we feel guilty. Our body is forced to show that emotion. That is something another example for emotion. Ethical awareness and sensitivity. See, emotion heightens our awareness of ethical concerns and assists us in recognizing moral dimensions in a variety of situations. See, you should all know that when emotions are there, we will eventually take care of that ethical problems and ethical sensitiveness, like ethical concerns. See, and it helps in recognizing the moral dimensions to deal with particular tasks. That is something ethical awareness and sensitivity plays about. Communication with others. See, emotions helps us to communicate our thoughts and feelings to others. Like yes, when we are happy, we may smile and laugh, but when we are sad, we might cry. So those are some things which help in the communication with others. Decision making. Emotions help us to make decisions by providing us with information about what we like or dislike. Like if we feel disgusted when we encounter a certain food or thought, whatever it may be, we are less likely to eat that food again in the future. That is something we can think of the decision making. Next one is motivation. Emotions can motivate us to take actions. Like if we feel angry about an injustice, we might be motivated to take action to correct that situation. That is some most motivation which emotions give. Next one is social bonding. The emotions help us to bond with others by facilitating the social interactions. Like when we feel happy, we are more likely to be friendly and be cooperative with others, and vice versa will happen when we are sad. So these are the functions of emotions which play a vital role in our day-to-day life. Now let us look about the differences between emotions and feelings. See, emotions and feelings are not the same. Like even though it might sound similarly, the term feeling is used to refer to a person's private emotional experience or self perception of a specific emotion. Like, see, when an event occurs at a physical level, like someone comes to slap us or we get angry. See, our first response will be like emotion. We get angry and then register and evaluate that feeling. That is something emotion and feeling different. Like, let's take this example. When one sees a snake nearby, their heartbeat, breathing, perspiration increases, right? It might increase a physiological arousal. That is their emotion. And they wanted to run away from that place. And only later they might realize that that feeling experienced was fear. That is feeling. See, let me come again. When one sees a snake, their heartbeat will rise, breathing will rise, perspiration, everything will rise, which makes them they wanted to run away from that place. That is the emotion. But after coming from that place, they would come to a conclusion that what they experienced was fear. That is something feeling says about. See, although we may use the terms emotion and feelings interchangeably in our daily lives, they differ considerably from each other. Now let us look difference between the emotion and mood. See, emotions last for a short period of time and arise in response to a particular event. But moods are of lower intensity and can be lasting for longer period of time, maybe days together, which might be associated with a certain immediate event or cause. Like, as we said, like emotion, like the snake example can be taken, but the mood might be like you watched a movie which you liked very much, and the same mood will be for few days. That hypeness, that happiness, that vibe will of the movie will be for few days or few hours at least. That is something mood space says about. See, well, why emotions are directed at something or someone, moods can arise for no apparent reason, no reason. Like waking up with a bad mood, with the unpleasant mood. Those things all have, which I mean, like waking up in a bad mood because something might have happened on your previous day. So that would eventually affect your next day too. That is something mood plays about. Nevertheless, but moods are important because they too influence our actions. Like wanting to socialize more with friends when in good mood and avoiding social situations when feeling low. So this is something mood plays a vital role. Like, hope you guys are clear with today's topic. Like, we dealt with emotions, types of emotion, different types of emotion, emotions with feelings and emotions with mood. So do watch the video, like, share and subscribe the channel, and comment your doubts if you have any, and we will clear it. We will resume this unit in the next lecture. Thank you.